Hello, and welcome back to the Pride of London. So today I'm going to be doing like a little review of the season so far. So let's get right into it. So if you were to tell me that we would be sitting third, 2 points behind City and six behind Arsenal, I would have slapped your hand off because that's where we realistically want to be around at this point of the season anyway, especially coming up towards Christmas. I feel like Maresca's doing a good job at rotating the squad, especially with the amount of games we have played, and the amount of games that we're going to have to play still. And to be sitting third, and obviously with the rotations at every game, I think that's brilliant. And for the game coming up on Saturday against Burnley, it'll be interesting to see what players he picks. Hopefully, he can start fielding the same 11 every week, but I feel that he's probably going to have to still rotate still. But we'll see. And moving on to the games where we have dropped points this season. You got Crystal Palace at the start of the season. Brighton where we get the red cards, and then obviously that changes the game. Same with the United game. We get a red card in the first couple of minutes, and then that's game over. Obviously Sunderland as well with the poor defending. Yeah, it's just we can't afford to have any more of those types of games if you want to challenge for the title. So I think that's why this game coming up at the weekend is really important. And then hopefully we can sort of go on a run of games until maybe January, and then we'll see where we're at. We've got Arsenal in 2 weeks as well, so I think that will be an important game as well to see, you know, where we're at. And if we can beat Arsenal, that will give us, some good momentum going into the next couple of games. And now moving on to some of the players that I think have been absolutely brilliant this season. Benjamin, Cucurella, Caicedo, James, even Sanchez. I think he's done absolutely brilliant since the start of the season. Don't think he's actually put a foot wrong this season. João Pedro. He had a good start to the season. Sort of went out of form for a little bit, but I think he's starting to find his feet again. And then you have Esteval, who's just been absolutely unplayable. I don't want to compare him to some of the other youngsters at the moment, but he's absolutely just been incredible. He's quickly becoming, or probably is, one of my favourite players at Chelsea at the moment. I do think he needs to start more games, but then again, I do think Maresca's doing a good job at sort of managing his time. But I do think he's going to be an absolutely incredible player for Chelsea in the next coming seasons. I think Garnacho is starting to come good, but he needs to carry this on for the next couple of games now. Pedro, he's not been himself this season. Pedro, I think he's been out of form. Hopefully he can sort of pick himself up and start performing. And now moving on to the Champions League, I'm so happy we're back in the Champions League now. I know we played, was it Bayern in the first game away, which I think, we played okay, but, we were sort of just made our own mistakes, and then, Bayern just finished us off, really. Then obviously winning the next two games, and then drawing to Karabag, which was kind of a disappointing result, but, I thought Karabag played absolutely well, so they deserved that draw. But with Barcelona next on Tuesday, I'm so excited for that game. I think we're going to absolutely batter Barca. I really, really do. We're at home at Stamford Bridge. I think we're going to be up for this one. So, yeah, excited. So, yeah, that's my little review of the season so far. Let me know what you think. Let me know what players you think have been on form this season, off form. Like, who's been your most outstanding player this season so far? So yeah, let me know what you think. Going forward, I'll probably stick with the podcast style, reviews and stuff. I've just not got a lot of time to edit at the moment, so because I'm working full time. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one.